Hey my friend, this is Darnell Clarke, your industry expert in this career game, the answer man. Hey, today's topic is how to create a successful job hunt. See, gone are the days where you could sit at home, shoot resumes into the dark on Monster, Career Builders, Indeed, even LinkedIn if you don't do the necessary steps. You can't just be sitting in your house shooting resumes into the dark and think some company's gonna turn the light on and find you. Remember this phrase, people hire people. You have to get your resume in front of an actual person and not in front of a system. When you submit your resume electronically, it goes to the application tracking system, and then the application tracking system determines if it's a fit or not, and then it submits it to HR or the hiring manager secondly. So you want to bypass the application tracking system. So let me give you 5 steps how to have a great and how to create a successful job hunt. It's all starting with LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the only platform, not Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, none of those applications. LinkedIn is the only application or platform that's specifically for job seekers, for people that has a career, not entrepreneurship, people who are working for someone. So let me give you 5 steps to have a great, successful, best in practice job hunt. First, you have to create a very professional LinkedIn profile. You have to spend some time in creating a great profile, starting with your photo. You know, none of this selfie, people in the background. No, take a really nice professional picture. Women and men, professional, with nothing in the background. Take a headshot of you, really professional. Because 80% of everybody who you submit your resume to go and look at you on the social media platforms. LinkedIn is one of the first ones they go look at. So create a very, very professional LinkedIn profile. Step 2, identify 25 to 50 targeted list companies. What the heck is that? So you can't just be shooting resumes at those job boards thinking those positions exist. They don't. What you have to do is identify 25 to 50 companies, have them in a list, traverse that list, starting the first company on that list, go to their website, find opportunity on their website, but don't submit right away. Go back to LinkedIn and do a research on that company and find the company in LinkedIn. So this is how it works. You have a target list company. You go with your first company. You go to their website. You find an opportunity. You bring it down. Right? You bring it down. You customize your resume to that position. You go into LinkedIn, do a search on that company, and try to find people that has some type of connection with you on LinkedIn. That's why it's important to have 5, 6, 700 first level connections on LinkedIn, because you never know who they know, right? So that's what you should do. Find out the opportunity on the organization. Go to LinkedIn, do a search on the organization. Go to that organization and find people, right? So that's step 3. Go to the organization, find a job opening that fits your skill sets. Don't you ever submit a resume that you are not actually fitted, qualified to do. It won't get through the application tracking system. So now you found the opportunity on the company's website. You know it's a fit. You customize your resume to that opportunity. Step 4, you go to LinkedIn and you find people that's working in that organization. So for instance, say you went to the University of Nebraska. So I went to Nebraska, right? I went to Nebraska on a baseball scholarship. So I would find people on LinkedIn. I would do a search on LinkedIn at the company and find if anybody works for that company that went to University of Nebraska. Or I'm originally from Michigan. Or find somebody that grew up in Michigan or Detroit or somewhere in Michigan. You need to start that contact, right? Find somebody that you might know that's in your first level connections. You send a connection request to them asking, hey, I did some research. I did some research on XYZ company and I found that you work there. Is it okay that we connect? Send a connect request. They said, for sure, no problem. Right? Then once you get that information, another 2 or 3 days later, say, hey, Mr. Clarke, hey, I saw that you work for the organization. I asked for a request to connect and you did, and I say thank you. Can you do one favor for me? I found an opportunity at your company and I have a resume. Would you mind if I send you my resume and the job announcement just to see if it's a fit? Do you think it's a fit? You never ask anybody on LinkedIn for a job. That's the fastest way for them to disconnect from you. Nope. All you are trying to do is ask that person that the position that you found for that company and the resume that you had, does it fit? Yes, it's going to fit because you customize it for that particular opportunity. Then your next one is, all right, I send you the information back. Yes, hey, I think from what I see on the job announcement and your resume, I think it's a good fit. I send it back to you and say, okay, all right, Mr. Clarke, I need you to do just one more thing. Just one more thing. Hey, could you go into your internal system? Because I gave you the job announcement and the rec number, and go into see your internal system to see if you can find the hiring manager for that position. Right? So step 4, you are trying to build relationship, right? You're trying to build relationship 1 or 2, 3 weeks. So now you contacted me once. I contact you back. You asked me to look at your resume and your job announcement. I did. And now you're asking me to see internally, can you see who the hiring manager is? I go internally. I see the hiring manager, say, hey, I do see who the hiring manager is. Hey, can you just do one more thing for me, Mr. Clarke? Can you recommend me and submit my resume to the hiring manager? I call it an internal referral. What you just did, you have bypassed the application tracking system. You have bypassed HR. HR has one responsibility in this recruiting game, and that is called elimination. Their job is to eliminate as many candidates as they can, so when it gets to a hiring manager, they present only 5 candidates versus 100 candidates. So you bypass the application tracking system, and you had just bypassed the hiring manager, the HR. So the last step is that now that you see who the hiring manager is, you ask me one last time, could you submit my resume to the hiring manager in the internal referral process? Can you do that? That's how you do your job search. Remember this. People hire people. You have to put your resume in front of a hiring authority, and then you have the opportunity to get hired. When I was working with GE, I had to hire almost 25 people, and I loved when either my own staff or somebody in GE presented resumes to me that they thought it was a perfect candidate. Right? I always put them through the interview process. I might have not hired all of them, but I always put them through the interview process. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to remember those 5 steps, and remember, people hire people. So that's how you create a successful job hunt. So this is Darnell Clarke, your industry expert. I'm asking you to do one thing. If you want to engage me more with this job hunt or interviewing or resume or anything with this career game, down below is my website. Go to my website, give me your name and email address, and when you do, I have something special for you. It's a 3-part series, a free 3-part series video series called How to Play This Career Game to Win. It is awesome. Do that for me. And if you have any questions about anything in the career, any job hunt, any resume, any interviewing situation, Give me your questions and I will answer them. I promise you I will. So this is Darnell Clarke, your industry expert in this career game, the answer man, saying goodbye.